Good morning to you. It's the 3rd of June today, the second bank holiday on a Friday for the Royal Highness Platinum Jubilee. I'm just going to show you quickly here a picture of my emerald lace Japanese maple, which had that major root work to it. It is growing, it's recovered nicely. I'll have to pull that out sometime and have to let you have a closer look, but just to let you know. Now, one thing I did have, I started bonsai in 2016, either towards the end of 2017 or early 2018. At my bonsai club, a chap had put in a prize for a raffle of a forest of 5 mountain ash or Rowan trees. Now, in our local park, as you go in, we have a Rowan growing, and I love the look of its red berries on it. So I wanted to grow them up separately as trees, so I deforested it and put them in separate pots. Now I think if I show you this table here, we've got 5 trees growing, and I think you'll see they need to be dealt with. Here they are. Quite a lot of growth on them, I think you'll agree. There's a lot of weeds on them, so what I'm going to do this morning, off camera, is weed them all, and then we'll just be left with an awful lot of foliage that needs to be chopped off, which we will do the trees individually then so you can see them. But anyway, this morning's job, I've been invited out for a pint to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cut these back this afternoon. So I'll get on with the weeding, then we'll come back to you later on today. Cheerio for now. Well, hello again. I'm back after my Jubilee pint. Actually 2 or 3, but there we go. Never mind. Let's get that one out of the way. Right, the first Rowan that I need to deal with. Now, I do not like this branch that's coming on down here, so that one has to go. Go on. Now, I think these 2 need to be wired around. So that's the next job. I'm going to come around that. This is recycled wire, as you've seen how I do it in the past with a couple of pairs of pliers. Let's anchor this here. Finding the buds as we go up. There are buds on this. Right. And on this previous branch, alright, there were 2 buds here and here, but I did not like the shape of it. On this one we have buds and we can work with it. Come under this bud here. A bit of growth there, so we can come around that. Right. Okay, let's see what shape we want. if I'm thinking of this one to be the front, then that's going to be a nice back filler. And this one we want to come around maybe up to about here. Maybe another twist there. That looks a bit angular. Let's try and bend it a bit. Right, how do you guys think that looks? What I'm going to do, I'm going to chop this one off here, because there's a bud there. And what we'll actually do is chop that bit of wire off there. How do you guys think that looks? I think that looks a reasonable shape. This one we'll leave because there's a bud up here. There is some markings down the trunk. But I think that's one now we leave for its growing season. I hope you agree. Thank you very much. Let's go on to the next one. One thing before we do actually leave this one, and it'll be the same for all of them, because I think it's going to need a repot next year. So we'll put a red tag in there, ready for repotting next year, and we'll put some fertiliser on it. There we go. I think that'll set it up for next year, for this year's growth. Right, and the next. Okay then, Rowan number 2. Now then, there are lots of things that we can do with this. I'm tempted to keep this one that's coming down here and around. I don't like this branch that's coming up here, so that one can come off. This is too long for anything, so we'll chop that one back to there. It's looking easy, looking better already. Chop this one back to a bud. This one here, we'll chop that back. The leaf that's gone, right, well hang on, we are looking better, but I'm not too sure about this branch here. Let me have a look. I do like the way it comes up and down. Don't really like this up and down branch there. Too much foliage, so I think it's going to be chopped here. There. Ah, now we're starting to see something. Yes, I'm starting to like this. Do is chop that one off there, stop any further growth. And we'll chop the leaves back. Make it more compact. This one up here, that's too long. This is growing all into the branch, into the tree. Chop off the apex bits. Now then. What we can do is bring this one back here. Shorten this one. As I say, it's an ash, so it will grow again. mountain ash. There. I think that's got the makings of a nice little tree. Make it shorter there. And in there. Around here. They will grow very rapidly, these ashes. Yes, I think we're going to leave that at that. So we'll put a red label in for repotting next year. And gets the fertiliser baskets in. And I believe it's just starting to rain. Might actually put 4 in this one. Now I know the chap that put this in the raffle wasn't that impressed when I said I have dismantled the forest, but I did want to copy that red Rowan that I saw in Hotton Park. Hopefully I'll be able to show you that soon. Can't do much walking around at the moment because I'm waiting. In the next 2 months I will be having a hip operation. And I've got to do some walking around after that to sort the joints out and make it easier for the future. So I'm hoping to get down to Hotton Park sometime then and I'll take some pictures of these trees. Okay, well that's it for this one. I'm going to put some wound sealant on there and then on to the next one. Right, hello. Now this Rowan should be fairly quick. I think I did some pruning on this off camera a short while ago. So I just want to chop it back. This is way too long here. So chop that back. What have we got around here? Chop that. Shorten that one. And we've got some leaves here we want to shorten back. And I think that's all I need to do for that one. Oh, maybe shorten the leaves there and there. Right, and that I will leave at that. Baskets are okay, which tells me I did it earlier. So we'll leave it at that one. Right, and let's get on to number 4. Well, here we are, Rowan number 4. What I will say before I start is that I was watching Peter Chan, and he was saying that when he started bonsai, he had trouble affording pots and things. I have got quite a few trees here around my benches around the garden. So this is actually a plastic container that chicken fillets came in, coated with 2 coats of oh, what's the name of the stuff? It's a paint. It's smooth masonry paint. 2 coats outside, 2 coats inside. I've drilled holes in the bottom, and it does make do for a pot. So I learnt that from Peter Chan of Heron's Bonsai, and it has helped me make ends meet slightly. Right, here we go then. Let's see where we got to go. This one is too low. I don't like this one here. There are buds here. So what we'll do is chop all these back. The ash are very simple, as you can quite easily. Keep them under control, which is what I haven't done. with these in the past. hence the triffids earlier. Too much going on here. We don't want the inside one. Ooh, that one's coming down there. We'll have that straight up so I can't see what I'm doing. Don't like this downward facing one there. That's better. Ooh, mosquito bugs. Probably coming off the pond. Definitely coming off the pond. Right, okay. Don't want branches that close. It's going straight up, we'll get rid of that one. That one straight up with that one off. How are we getting on? How's it starting to look? Right, now this one here, you need to reduce the height back to the... There we go. Reduce the branches. This one I'm going to cut down to that bud there. They prolific growers, ash, mountain ash, normal ash, English ash, whatever you call them. Right, oh, and this one's going across. Stub we can remove. Tidy that up a bit. There we go. This one's coming right across the tree, so we'll have that one off. Right, I think that'll do. So, the red label for repotting next year. Get rid of all the chop shop. And then we'll put some baskets in. Now when I first started doing bonsai, I wasn't sure about everybody saying, oh, you must fertilise, All I was thinking was, well, you've got to water, but what does fertilising do? As I've progressed in my 6 years of bonsai, although you don't see the initial effects of fertilisation, it does make the tree stronger. Encourages growth and the weeds, but we can deal with the weeds. But as I've been fertilising this, the trunk is getting thicker down here, we're getting flare, so fertilising I think is a must. Okay then, right, on with the last one. Thank you very much. Right, the biggest tree of all. Now then, I've been looking at this and I do not like the double apex that comes up. I'm thinking I need to chop this part of the trunk down and just let this one grow up. Because there is quite a straight piece here and we have movement over this side. When I next plant it, it can be planted more like that. So I think this side has to be chopped off. Here we go. There. Big chop, as Nigel would say. At least now we can see what we're playing with. Let's go in a bit towards the tree, the inside of the tree. So we'll get rid of that. Right, now, that is certainly changing the tree for a start. We'll have bigger cutters. Cut this one off. And we'll cut that one off. That will of course produce much greater taper. Which I was told from my other ash video I recently posted. Or Anna said if I was you I'd chop it off, it will create greater taper. And she's dead right of course, but I said I'll leave it for a year or so, try and get trunk thickness with what's left. And take it from there. But right, that doesn't actually look much at the moment. Don't like that branch. But if I put it up at that sort of angle, then let me come and have a look at it as you're seeing it. That has certainly chopped down the superstructure of it. This branch here is wrong, going into the tree, so we'll cut that one off. Right, I think we then leave that as it is. Think about repotting that in the spring next year at a different angle, that sort of angle. And we should have a nice bit of taper on the tree. So let's put a mark for repotting. Well, I've only got 3 baskets here, so I think I want to put 6 baskets in. So I'll find 4 more black ones and then we'll leave it at that. I'll get the other baskets, stick them in, and then we'll see what we've got all together at the end. Right, well that's an afternoon's work on the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. I've enjoyed it. Cheerio for now. Just one thing I will say before I take this tree away is that I think that is going to be the front of it. There is a nice root flare coming up. I don't know if you can see this down here, but then the barry is coming. And I hope to report that's going to be a beautiful tree in the future. Right then, cheerio for now. Okay, well there we are. There's my afternoon's work for the Platinum Jubilee. These 5 Rowan mountain ash trees have certainly been reduced in foliage. Some of them actually look very, very nice. Updates will of course be posted, but I'm quite pleased with the afternoon's work as it goes. Interspersed with of course a couple of pints just after lunchtime. It's now just coming up for about 3:30, maybe even 4 o'clock. So a very enjoyable afternoon, couple of pints, honour the Golden Jubilee and bonsai. So many thanks indeed, thanks for watching, have an enjoyable rest of the day. Cheers for now, ta-ra.